The bells did not ring for victory, they rang for silence. Smoke still drifted over the broken city. Ash fell like slow snow upon empty streets. No songs were sung, no cheers were heard. Only the distant crackle of dying flames remained. Queen. Elyra sat upon the blackened throne. Her face was calm, but her eyes held no warmth. She had taken the city with fire, and now she ruled what remained of it. No one dared question her. No one dared speak of mercy. Beside her stood Sir Alric Vane. He was still as stone. His armor was dark, his sword clean, his gaze fixed ahead. Many feared him more than the Queen. They knew his past. They whispered of the Dark King he once served, a ruler who had fallen, but not before leaving deep scars upon the realm. Alric had been his blade. He had followed orders without question. Villages burned, men vanished. Blood had marked his path for years. Yet when the Queen took the throne, he did not strike her down. He could have. Many believed he should have. In the days that followed, the ruling council gathered in secret halls. Lords and ladies spoke in low voices, careful and slow. Each word carried fear, each silence carried doubt. They feared Queen Elyra's power. Her anger was sharp and her patience thin, but they feared something else as well. They feared what would come after her. War would return. The realm would break again. So they chose a different path. They chose Alric, a man with no family name to protect, no army of his own, a man shaped by command, not by ambition. They believed he could be controlled. They named him High Protector of the Realm. The title echoed through the court like a quiet warning. Alric did not kneel when they gave it to him. He did not thank them, but he accepted. From that day, the city changed. Guards moved with sharper purpose. Orders came swiftly. Those who spoke against the crown were taken in the night. No trials, no noise, only absence. Fear settled over the streets, heavy and cold. And yet, the fires faded, the walls held, the people lived. At night, Alric walked, alone through the silent halls. Sleep did not come easily. In the dark, he remembered the voice of the Dark King, calm, certain, unforgiving. That voice had not left him. It waited. And deep within, Alric feared it always would. The court did not rest. It moved in silence, like a shadow that never left the walls. Lords bowed low before Queen Elyra, their voices soft and loyal. But when they turned away, their faces changed, eyes narrowed, whispers followed. Trust had no place in the new order. Alric saw it all. He walked the long halls without sound. Guards stepped aside before him. Servants lowered their heads. No one spoke unless spoken to. Peace had returned, but it was not kind. It was held together by fear. Queen Elyra ruled with a steady hand, yet her temper grew sharper with each passing day. Small matters became harsh judgments. Doubt followed her like a quiet storm. She trusted no one. Not even Alric. One evening, a summons came. Alric entered her chamber without escort. The room was dim, lit only by a single flame that flickered against the stone walls. Shadows moved across her face as she watched him. "Do you fear me?" she asked. Her voice was calm, but there was weight behind it. Alric stood still. "No," he said. The word came easily. The truth did not. He did not fear her as others did. Not her fire. Not her power. He feared what she might become. And he feared what he might be forced to do. The Queen stepped closer. Her eyes searched his face, as if trying to find something hidden beneath the calm. "You served a monster once," she said quietly. "A king who ruled through terror." Alric said nothing. "You carried out his will, she continued. "Tell me, do you still hear him?" The question lingered in the air. For a moment, the room felt colder. Alric remembered. The voice, clear, strong, certain. It had guided him through blood and fire. It had made every choice simple. Yes or no. Life or death. He closed his eyes for a brief moment. "Sometimes," he said at last. The Queen did not step back. "That is what concerns me," she replied. Outside, the wind moved through the broken towers. It carried a low, hollow sound, like something lost and searching. Within the council chambers, quiet plans were already taking shape. Words were chosen with care, alliances formed in secret. Alric felt it growing, like a storm, waiting to break, and deep within him, something old began to stir again. The first move came without sound. Lord Harren Vale was known for patience. He smiled often, spoke gently, and never raised his voice. Many trusted him. That was his strength. Behind closed doors, he spoke of balance. "The realm cannot live in fear forever," he told the council. "A queen who rules by fire will one day burn us all." Some agreed at once. Others stayed silent, but they listened. No one spoke against Alric. They feared him too much. So Harren chose a careful path. The queen would fall quietly. No war, no chaos. And Alric would remain, bound by duty, holding the realm together. "A sword does not choose its master," Harren said. "It only obeys." The council believed this. They believed Alric would obey. But Alric had already begun to see the cracks. He noticed the small changes. Guards placed where they did not belong. Messages carried by unfamiliar hands. Eyes that looked away too. Quickly. He said nothing. He watched. One night, a young servant was stopped at the inner gate. He trembled as the guards searched him. Hidden within his sleeve was a folded letter, sealed with wax not meant for the queen. The boy broke quickly. Fear does that. Names were spoken, times were given, plans laid bare. The letter was brought to Alric. He read it alone. His face did not change. His hands did not shake, but something inside him grew still. Very still. The words were clear. The council would act within days. The queen would be removed in her sleep. No blood in the streets. No chance for resistance. And after, the realm would be placed in safer hands. Hands they could control. Alric folded the letter slowly. For a long moment he stood without moving. The past pressed against him. The voice of the Dark King returned, soft and certain. Act first. Show no mercy. End it before it begins. Alric opened his eyes. That night, Lord Harren Vale did not return to his chambers. No alarm was raised. No questions were asked. By morning, his seat in the council stood empty. No body was found. No sign of struggle remained. Only silence. The council understood. Fear spread through them, quiet and sharp. Queen Elira said nothing of Harren's absence, but her gaze lingered on Alric, longer than before, as if she now saw not a protector, but something far more dangerous. The realm did not break. It held, but it held like thin ice over dark water. Days passed in uneasy calm. The markets opened again. Ships returned to the harbor. Life moved forward, slow and careful. Yet no laughter rose above the streets. No music filled the air. Fear had become the law. Alric carried it without complaint. Each order he gave was clear. Each punishment swift. No trials were needed. No voices were raised. The people obeyed because they understood the cost of defiance. And still, the realm survived. At night, the castle felt empty. Alric walked the high walls alone. The wind was cold, pressing against his cloak. Below him, the city flickered with dim light. Small fires in dark homes. Quiet lives lived under watchful eyes. Peace, he told himself. This is peace. But the word felt hollow. Behind him, soft steps broke the silence. Queen Elira approached without guards. Her presence was calm, but heavy. She stopped beside him, looking out over the same silent city. "You have given them order," she said. Her voice held no praise. "Order is not peace," Alric replied. "No," she said. "It is control." For a moment, neither moved. The Ya. Wind passed between them, low and steady. "You are changing," the queen said at last. Alric did not answer. He felt it too. Each choice he made grew easier. Each harsh command came without doubt. The line he once feared was fading, or perhaps it was already gone. "And you are not?" he asked quietly. Elira's gaze remained on the city. "I do what is needed," she said. The words were familiar. Too familiar. Alric turned to face her. His eyes were steady, but something deeper moved behind them now. Something colder. "The council will not stop," he said. "Others will rise, others will plan." "I know," she replied. "And when they do," Alric continued, "what would you have me become?" The queen finally looked at him. There was a long silence. Then she spoke, calm and certain. "Whatever keeps the throne standing." Alric held her gaze. His hand rested lightly on the hilt of his sword. Below them, the city slept under a fragile peace. Above, the night stretched wide and unforgiving. And in that quiet moment, it was no longer clear if Alric served the crown, or if the crown had begun to serve him.